I had a great childhood growing up and stuff, but just that next level because we've dared to dream that it's possible.
Yeah. And if there was anyone else maybe, on the fence a little bit about doing this and making that, what would you? Is there anything that maybe you've learned that you might do differently? I know it's only been quite fresh for you that and what would you recommend for them if they're on the fence?
Yeah, there's been some surprises, I would say. Like you probably know this yourself. There's
Yep.
been, and I think this is probably a good thing as well because they do everything proper, maybe, or maybe people will tell me they don't. I'm not sure yet, but it's been a lot of paperwork,
Yep.
a lot. Everything's photocopies, and we have realised we should have just bought a printer because it just makes sense to have one. So we've been going to this paper shop. You know, you don't always deal with the nicest people in some shops and stuff. Some people are nice and friendly, some people, don't give you much time of day, which has been hard to deal with, especially when you don't speak much Spanish. I'm learning, I'm always trying to speak in Spanish. So that's been a little bit difficult, but the language barrier was always going to be.
Of course.
The paperwork, the visa process, that took months really, and a lot of challenges there, and you have to meet certain criteria. But I didn't realize actually that I think people back home think that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not an immigration lawyer, so I
Yep.
don't know the ins and outs on this, so don't quote me. But I think people think after Brexit that there's no way you can move.
Yeah.
There is so many visa options.
Of course there is.
There's autonomo, I think it's called, which is self-employed. There's digital nomad. There's student. There's honestly, you
Yeah.
can Google this. There's at least
There's
10.